Conversations with Kelly.
Hello, everybody. And it's been a minute, but we are here with Conversations with Kelly. And I am welcoming my guest, Jenna D'Annunzio.
Good morning.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
You did. Yes, you did. Well done.
I got my little cheat sheet. So, and yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, we are welcoming you. We featured you last year in the magazine and talked about everything that you do, which we're going to talk a little bit about today. And we actually will be welcoming you too on April 27th to our 9th annual Women Entrepreneurs Expo. I can't even believe that it's the 9th annual already.
Well, you're a rock star.
The years just keep on flying by.
I'm so excited. I'm really excited.
I want you to tell our audience a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background, and what is a holistic business and mindset coach?
Okay. Well, like you said, my name is Jenna D'Annunzio, and I am a second-generation entrepreneur. So my father, I want to say probably when I was about 10 or 11, he started our family coaching company. And so we work under, it's called Enlightened Entrepreneur.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, me too. And we have two specific programs that most of our clients fall into or align with.
Okay.
That's Mission Driven Advisor, which speaks specifically to the financial services industry and money managers, that area, that market. And then anybody and everybody else in the public or private sector engaging in their entrepreneurial journey, or we have CEOs, leaders, and they fall into Soul Purpose Institute.
Okay. Tell us about Soul Purpose Institute.
Yeah, so Soul Purpose Institute is a program that works towards taking a series of life success production principles that we have created, that my father has created, and I have leveraged and built off of, that really hones in for the entrepreneur, for the leader, on how to really manage the 6 inches between your ears.
I love that.
Yes. The mastery of our mind, understanding the importance of our thoughts and our beliefs, and how they are the actual secret to really 10xing our success, both in health, in happiness, and in wealth.
I love this.
Yes.
And your mom?
I am.
Yeah,
I am.
That's the crazy, us being moms and doing the career.
Yeah.
And not a typical career, being entrepreneurs.
Right.
So
yeah, it's been quite an adventure. The past, I would say, 2 years or so, as my father has continued on in his career, I kind of saw the writing on the wall.
Okay.
And as he's continuing to really live his life and explore and build a life that he loves, he's slowly wanting to kind of step back.
Okay.
And so I saw this opportunity where it's time to step up or step out. And there was no stepping out for me, right?
Right.
Once you get that entrepreneur bug.
Yeah, it's all over with.
It's over with. So stepping up really looked like navigating what it looks like to build my own identity of power.
Okay.
Really to step into the greatest expression of who I wanted to be in this role. And so I have such a unique opportunity to leverage the foundation, this incredible foundation that he's built.
Which most entrepreneurs don't have.
They don't.
9 times out of 10,
they really don't.
Starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And don't have that background and support system. So.
Absolutely. And I don't take that lightly. I do recognize how blessed I am to have that opportunity. And so it's marrying taking that foundation, leveraging what has already been built, but continuing to build off of that. And he and I make a really good team, because he is...
I was going to ask you, what is it like working with your father?
It's not easy, right?
It's like working with a husband,
Yeah.
That's another dynamic that I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think I could do it.
Any family business, right? There is a lot of emotional and extra relationship capital there.
Yep.
Right? And so a lot of times when he makes any decision, and vice versa, any life decision, he and I are both the most impacted by it, both personally and professionally. So we have our challenges, but like any entrepreneur, there's always setbacks to the journey.
Right.
So we've learned to do our best to navigate those collectively. But like I said, he's so strong in the content building and the visionary aspect.
Okay.
From a business perspective, I have a strength from a logistic. So we have this both marrying of that feminine and masculine energy that we both bring to the table. So it's really cool. Again, doesn't come without its challenges,
Right.
But it's a really cool experience and something that I hope one day I can bring to my kiddos.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for how long with him?
So the end of this year will actually be 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I started my career in education, and I worked at a non-secure detention center for at-risk youth. And that was enlightening and difficult, but I really resonated given my own background being raised in the first quarter of my life with my mom, with a lot of those children's struggles.
Okay.
And so what I was doing was I was bringing the life success principles that I was raised by my dad to these kiddos. And it was then after a couple years that I realized I had that bug in me. I had that entrepreneur bug. I had that coaching bug. And so it shifted from a very social work, case management, counseling perspective to more of how can I bring that transferable skill into the coaching arena, where I'm not so much stressing with folks what's happening within their past, but more understanding what happened in their past and bringing it into the present and then into the future through a coaching aspect.
That probably helped you, having that
100.
background to be able to evolve into what you're doing now.
Absolutely.
And being successful at it.
Yeah, absolutely. In that time, I did go back to school and get a master's in clinical psychology with a specialization in counseling. So on top of my education background, I had that psychology and counseling background as well that has absolutely been beneficial and transformative in my ability to show up as the coach that I am today.
Oof. So what are a couple things that you would say have really changed your perception and your vision over the past 10 years?
What has changed my perception and my vision? Oh, what a great question.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot.
No, that's okay. I love it. What's changed my perception and my vision is really the impact that I can have, the control and the choice that I have over my own life, and the acceptance of what happened to me as a child does not define me. Yep. And I can take that experience, I can take my knowledge and bring that to anybody and everybody that I want.
And see, I think that's what people don't understand. Like, they see you or they see me and we're happy, we're smiling,
sure,
we're positive.
Yeah.
But they don't understand that what we went through as kids or young adults or even into our 20s, for me anyway.
Or even a couple months ago, right?
It's all shaped where I am and who I am today. And I haven't always, people think, oh, she's living the life. It's
Yeah.
sunshine and rainbows and unicorns. And, I live this fairy tale life. And I'm like, no.
You had to do the work.
Nope. But it's made me who I am today.
Yeah.
And it's made me very independent. I learned from a very young age of being extremely independent. And I watched my grandmother work really super hard and my family. And I modeled after that.
Yeah.
So I say that's where I got my work ethic, because she worked till she was like 94.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
And that was the big joke. She worked all those years, and she worked for the old people. That's what she called them.
That's what she would say.
And I'm like, you do realize you're older than they are, right?
You kind of fall in a similar category, Graham.
Yeah.
But she
it's
was so young
hysterical.
at heart, and that's because she does the work. Yeah, I mean, it's so important for that success, for that true
Yes.
inner peace,
Yep. I totally
to be
agree.
able to recognize that we do have that choice, that our thoughts do become things,
Yep.
that we do have that conscious opportunity to recognize the belief systems that we are living into. So many of us, including myself, for so long, I actually just had this insane aha moment 2 days ago of the self-saboteur coming out. And I
Yep.
said to my assistant, I called her and I'm like, I've been self-sabotaging. And
we do it probably more than we even realize that we're doing
Absolutely.
it. My one girlfriend calls me out on it. She was like, we're not doing that again.
yeah, don't go there, girlfriend.
No,
yeah,
no.
absolutely.
And, and then I'm in my head going, oh, yeah, I am doing that, aren't I?
But that's the beauty of coaching, right? Is so I act as a mirror where I lovingly bring people to that place of self-awareness. And then, but it just doesn't stop there, right? It's, okay, what are we going to do about that? How
Right.
can we, now that we have reflected on what we have been doing, what we are currently doing right now, the thoughts that we are currently energizing, now that we've established and declared what they are, how can we get really curious? And that's the biggest aspect that I can't stress enough. And even for my entrepreneurs, okay, great. You all come to me with a series of discontent, a series of issues happening.
Right.
We've established we got an issue. Sometimes they're good problems to have, sometimes they're not. How can we shift that to curiosity and co-create a plan for them, a strategic plan that feels really good, that feels in alignment with who they want to, who their authentic self is and who they really want to be.
Oh, I love this. You're gonna have a great talk for these women entrepreneurs. I'm excited to have you
Yeah.
being able to speak in front of all these great women, because it's such every time we do these and we get these groups together. I just started maybe a couple years ago of doing the speakers and the panels instead of just having a bunch of women businesses in a room.
Yeah, like tables. Okay.
So we have both.
Sure.
But I make it a very open format so that everybody can hear what's going on.
Yeah.
And because we have entrepreneurs that are just starting out or maybe want to start out, all the way on up to very seasoned professionals.
Yeah.
But we all have different successes, different failures,
yeah,
passions,
yeah.
different issues that we're dealing with. And by all of us coming together and asking the different questions, we're able to maybe find solutions that we weren't thinking that we might know. I find out information every single time. And every time that I talk to another woman and have them on the Conversations with Kelly even, or in the magazine, I learn so many new things.
Oh, I bet.
And
you got the best.
I love
the best
it.
of both
And
worlds.
That's why I love doing what I do.
Yeah.
17 years ago when I started, do you think that I would have been right here? No, absolutely not. But I learned something different from each person that I'm able to connect with. And it has been an incredible ride. And I love being able to learn more and implement some of those things in my own business and my
Yeah.
own career or my personal life.
Same. It's why I have really devoted myself to getting in the room of other people who I know are smarter than me.
Right.
Who I know are deemed more successful, but I want to learn from them. I want to explore what's working, what's not working.
Right.
I love to
Why
be
not work together? I feel like women kind of sabotage themselves and get jealous almost
Yes.
of other women that are more successful than they are. And then they, come at them a certain way instead of saying, hey, maybe I could learn something from her. It shouldn't be a competition.
Yeah.
We should all be working together to help empower each other, lift each other up, and inspire each other.
Yeah.
And that's why I tried to create these different platforms with the magazine, the events, the podcast, the lives, doing all of these different things to be able to help
do just
inspire
collaborate.
and
Yeah.
collaborate with other
and
women.
that's you leaning into that, the feminine energy of the entrepreneurial journey, which this is a we.
You're going to get along so well with my girlfriend, Dr. Pam Denton, who's actually, she's going to be here today.
Oh,
You're
wonderful.
going to get to meet her.
Yes.
You guys are going to click so well. And I strategically put this
Back to back.
back to back
great.
like this because I knew, and she, you'll love her too
Yeah.
because she is a visionary.
Okay.
And she is very much like you are, and the feminine energy and trying to help women realize that they can be leaders.
Yeah.
And they don't have to they have that masculine energy to do it.
Right.
So-
Well, it's a both and too, right? So I don't want to discredit that the masculine energy because the to-do list, the execution, the implementation, excuse me, that is so critical, right?
Yep.
It's
Agreed.
it's that concept of you can have the duality, the
Yeah,
both and
both.
between.
Yeah.
And you said something that was so profound earlier is, and I've had a personal experience where, in a lot of experiences, I have a unique karma when it comes to women in the first half of my life, or maybe in the first 40 years, but. Turning 40 has been pretty transformational for me.
Wait until you hit 50.
Okay.
I did that at 40 too.
Okay.
I was like, something just like a light bulb
Yeah.
went on and clicked on, and very different way of working, very different way of presenting myself,
Yeah.
being very comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
It's just gotten better. And once I hit 50, I thought, oh God, I'm hitting.
What's going to happen now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hitting 50 during a pandemic,
Right.
nonetheless.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
So that kind of screwed me. An event planner that can't have her own 50th birthday party. No way.
No.
But I just have kind of eased into my own
You've
authentic
embraced.
self.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
I've
love that.
embraced it.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of work,
Of course.
but I'm
nothing ever worth having is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I have, my one logo is the Phoenix Rising for the influential woman. And it's specifically because I have recreated myself so many times and survived stuff that most people can't even imagine.
That's beautiful.
And I've risen out of those ashes, and I feel like I've become a better person because of it. And
And you have.
has everything been easy? No, of course not.
Right.
But the past year has been eye-opening. It's been a struggle in many ways. I'm very intentional now of certain things that I do and certain alignments that I make and people that I pull into my world and
Sure.
into my life. and
Protecting your peace, creating healthy boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's critical.
Unfortunately, it took my brother taking his life for me to be able to realize some of the things that I wasn't seeing before.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm sorry that event had to be kind of an eye-opening experience. However, I'm happy that you're here and that
yep. And we're able to connect.
you're continuing
this.
to rise.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we all need to do that. We all need to.
And we don't have to do it alone.
No.
Right? We don't.
No.
That's the beautiful thing. There's been that comparison, that her versus me, that, just that living into that concept. I actually had a client. Her and I are still working together. She's incredible. And when we first started working together, she was very type A, really energizing that masculine energy of execution, to-do list, getting things done, perfectionism. And so we really worked on uncovering and understanding what that authentic self is and what she really wanted. And so in our time together, in her own self-reflection and mentoring and support through family and friends and colleagues, but we collectively came together, and I said to her, you want to be a coach. I mean, you are so brilliant. You have all of this within you. And I'm so happy to say that she started her own coaching company.
Oh, wow.
And it was a couple months ago that she came to our call, and there were so many amazing wins to share with me. And one thing that she said that I don't know if she realizes will stay with me forever, but one thing that she said to me was, I realized that I was talking to my husband the other day, and I realized you helped me to uncover something within myself, what I really wanted to do, who I really wanted to be, how I wanted to show up, and build this beautiful company. But our clients, they're kind of the same people. We speak to similar markets. So you were helping me kind of become like a potential competitor. And we kind of giggled over it. And I said, but I don't see that way.
And that's where so many women, I feel like more so than men.
Yes.
We do feel like that. Like it's a competition.
Yeah.
I've helped women, they've called me and said, okay, listen, I'm thinking about doing my own publication.
Yeah.
What are some of your suggestions? What are the do's and don'ts? I mean, I've been doing it for 17 years.
Yeah.
So I don't view it as competition. I'm like, so there, and somebody said,
I used to have that wall up, and I used to think,
I think it was when we were younger though, and not as confident in ourselves too.
So many women still have that, especially in this market.
Yep.
Especially in this profession, me. And I had said to her, look, you have, personality doesn't scale, biology does. We could be there's no new gurus, no new information out there. There isn't.
Right?
I'm not going to be able to physically tell somebody something that they can't read in a book, that they can't study in college.
It's all out there.
It's
all out there.
But it's the way that I show up.
Yes.
It's my delivery. It's my energy that people choose to align with or choose not to.
100%. And with me, it's, I have a very unique look and feel to both my events, to the magazine, and it's very intentional.
Of course.
But that's my brand. And that's how, I mean, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm the best spokesperson for this publication and for what I'm doing.
Because you are your business. That's a holistic approach, by the way. To your first question, right? We'll circle back. Holism is seeing you as a whole person, not just an event planner, not just as a mom, not just as a publication. You are your business. You are all of those things in one. And I do feel really confident in my ability, in my transferable skills as a parent, as an entrepreneur, as a doula, as a board member, all of these different roles that I've played, bringing all of my loves, my joys, my passions into what I do, and helping other people do that too.
That's why I love the soul purpose.
Yes.
That stuck with me as soon as I saw the email come in.
Yeah.
And I knew right then.
Those alignment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And before, like when I was first starting, I'd be like, okay, I'll take everybody. Now it's like, no, it's gotta align with me.
Yeah.
And I've got to, if I don't feel it right away, then
I love that.
then it's not,
You know.
it's not gonna, yep.
Yes.
I know now. 10 years ago,
No, when you first start out, everybody's a fit.
You know.
Right?
yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, hey,
Yeah,
over here.
Yeah.
But just like with the events, I went from doing, I went from doing $50 tables
Sure.
to now it's $199, $399.
Sure.
You evolve and you grow, and
Right. And you're creating value.
yes,
And that's
Yes.
and that's the key, right? So
yep.
you
I'm
want
not for everybody. I
no
don't
one
want to
is.
be.
Right. I don't
wanna
either.
be.
I don't
You know,
same. I
people-
don't even like everybody.
Yeah.
So it's okay if they don't like me.
People complain and they're like, "Oh my God, $199. That's ridiculous." And I'm like, "It's an investment in your business."
Yeah. And for everything that you get,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
I'm not the little craft shows in the gymnasium or the fire station.
Right.
You know, I know what works now, and I'm very strategic about how I put these things together.
As you should be.
And they're all different.
That is how you scale your business.
Yep.
And that's how you really live into your sole purpose and build a life and a business that you love.
Yep. So tell everybody you can come and meet her in person.
Yes, I would love it.
Yay!
April 27th.
April 27th.
Yes, yep.
We will be together again.
I know.
At the Penthouse
Yep.
at 1 East Ave. But tell everybody, where can they find you and more information about what you offer before then?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm on all of the socials, of course, LinkedIn, Instagram, Jenna D'Annunzio, Facebook as well.
Perfect.
We do have we are redoing our website right now.
Okay.
So we're fine tuning. But if you go to soulpurposeinstitute.com, missiondrivenadvisor.com, enlightenedentrepreneur.com, all of those go right to our site.
Perfect.
Which
and
is-
I'll be sharing your information
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
everybody as
Yeah.
well.
Thank you.
And stay tuned because I'm going to be convincing her into doing a column in the magazine because I really think it would be perfect.
You know I'm all for it, girl.
Well, thank you again for coming on Conversations with
Yes,
Kelly.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And we're out.